Hello friends, welcome to my channel Data Activator. In this series of Python tutorials, today we are going to discuss set. So let's start it. I have created a file settype.py. I will give this file in the video description. You can download it from there. So it will be like a note for you. You will have your theory parts, also the coding. So you can read about the theory and try out the coding, which we'll do in this video. So what is set? Set is a collection of data types in Python similar to the list and tuples. Only the difference is it is a not ordered collection. So the value, the items will be not in the ordered sequence. There will be no indexing in set. Also, how we can define a set? We can define a set using curly braces. In upcoming videos, I will discuss that with curly braces we can define dictionary also, but that is our upcoming tutorials. So right now you just figure out that we can define a set using curly brackets, and sets are mostly used for mathematical operation, like you must have went through Venn diagram or set theory in mathematics. Similar concept we can apply in Python using set. So I have created my set with the variable name mySet, and all the items are same which I am using from the first video. So all these items are inside our set. So can we access our item like in tuples or in list we used to access? Can we access? No, we cannot access a particular item inside from a set because there is no indexing. So if I try out my length function on my set, it will give the length of the my set. As you can see, total length of the set is 11. But if I want to try out print my set like we used to do in list or tuples, we can access the value using index. But let's try out. Can we do it here? No. Set object is non-subscriptable. There is no indexing in set, so we cannot access a particular element using index. So for accessing, what we can do, we can check if that item exists in a set or not. So what is the membership function? We can check out using the in operation. Print data science or ds in my set, whether it is present or not. I think it is present. Yes, you can see data science at the first value. So yes, it is true. So we can check whether an item is present there or not. So we can use the membership function in and not in. Now how can we access the element of my set or any set? Wherever we can loop through it, or if you just print the my set, it will going to print the item value. How we can loop through a set? So suppose for x in my set, I am going to print the x. So if I run it, you will see all the items has been printed out. But you will see a difference here. We cannot predict in which order it will print, since Python is at the middle of this set, but it is printed it at the first index or first value, then ML. So there will be no order in which it is going to print it. If I run it again, you will see the result will be different. So this time Python was at the first. If I run it again, you will see this time R is at the beginning and data science at the second. So there is no ordered way which we can like figure out in which order set is going to be printed. So that is the beauty of set, or what we can say complexity of set. So this way we can loop through a list. Can we change the item from a set? No, we cannot change. Once a set is created, we cannot change an item. That's what I have written here. Once a set is created, you cannot change its item, but you can add new items. So how we can add an items here? So let me copy it there. Okay, how we can add an item in a set? So this is our set. How we can add an item? So there are two methods for that. I will explain the method first. Method 1 first. Add method. If you want to add a particular or a single item, you can add using the add function. So what you have to do, myset dot add, and if I want to add data activator, leave it at I just want to add 23, and now if I print my set, you will see that 23 will be added there. As you can see, 23 has been added, but at what order it will be added, you cannot be sure at which place this one is going to add. So the first method is, you can add a single element. If you want to add a single element, you have to use add method. Or if you want to add multiple elements or like multiple values, how we can add? By that is the second method for adding in a list, that is using update. Okay, so let's try out my set dot update, and here we can pass the value, suppose data comma 1 comma activator. Suppose these three value I want to add in my set, so we will use update function. Now let me print out it. If you run it, you can see 1 has been added. Similarly, data and activator has also been added. So if you want to add a single element, you can use the add method. If you want to add multiple of elements in your set, you can use update method. Okay, let's move to the next topic, that is how we can remove an item from my set. So here also you can try out two methods. The first method will be remove. So suppose I want to remove NLP from my set. So what I will call my set dot remove, and I will pass the value NLP. Now if I print it, you will see that NLP will be removed from the set. NLP has been removed here. As you can see, there is no NLP. Similarly, the second method for removing an element is method 2, that is using discard. Okay, let's remove now deep learning from my set. So what I will call my set dot discard, and here I will pass deep learning DL. Now if I print it, you will see deep learning will be removed from there. Let's run it. You can see deep learning is not there. In the first part it was there, and in the second set it was not there. Okay, so what is the difference between this remove and discard? Let's discuss it now. The difference is, if you remove an item which is not present in your set, let me copy. Okay, suppose there is no method like PHP in our set. So if I try to remove that, my set dot remove PHP, and then try to print it, you will get an error. As you can see, key error, my set dot remove PHP, because PHP was not present in our set. So if we try to remove it, we'll get an error. But if you try to do the same thing with discard, you won't get any error. I will show you. PHP, if I try it, you will see it has printed, but it doesn't show any error. PHP was not present in our set, but if you will call remove method, that is going to show an error. But if you will call discard method, so that won't show any error. So that is the difference between remove and discard. Okay, now we'll discuss some of the operation. What are some of the mathematical operation which can be implemented in set. So as I have discussed in the beginning, the set in a Python is implementation of set in mathematics. So you must have studied about Venn diagram or set theory in mathematics or in 12th standard. So that will be implemented here in Python. So let me first create out two set. So I will create S1 set, and I will give some value 1 2 3 4 5. Let it be till 4 only. Okay, 5. Now set 2 will and we'll give here 4 5 6 7 8. So these are the two set which we created. Now we'll try out math operation. Before discussing that, let me draw out the set which we have studied in our 10th standard or 12th standard. So if suppose this is our set 1 and this is our set 2 and our value are written here 1 2 3 4 5, and so there might be 2 to 3 scenario. First, second, okay, so we can call it as union, S1 union S2. This part is as intersection, the common between the two set. So S1 intersection S2. If I want to say what is S1 minus S2, that is the difference. So around this set, whatever the value from the set B, you have to remove that. So if I just color out this one, so this part shows A minus B, and if I have to discuss B minus A, that is, suppose this is just set B or this was the set A. B minus A means take out the V value and whatever A value present there, just remove that. So this complete circle was of B. We'll take the complete B, but whatever value from set A comes, we have to remove it. So this was the intersection part has contained some A value, so we'll remove it. So this was the basic, where this is the union, where both of the sets are there. Intersection, only the matching value from two sets. So let's try out in our coding also. Okay, now first union can be tried out with two types. S1 we can call the bitwise operator, and now if I run it, you will see the union operator has given us the all value from the two sets. So this is like a union, S1 union S2, all the values. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 4 5 6 7 8, 1 2 3 4 5 5 6 7 8, all the value from two sets will be in the union. Another way to implement is using the union method. So for that, let's call out S1 dot union, and in the parameter we'll pass the second set. So either you can use the bitwise operator or this one. So if I run it, you will see the result, it has printed, and we can print it in reverse order also, S2 union S1, because we are just taking the value from both the sets, so we can take it as like this also. Okay, as you can see the result. So union we can implement using the union method or by using bitwise operator. Now let's try out intersection. So for intersection, we can use the operator AND, S and S2. This was the set. If I run it, so what is the intersection? 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 6 7 8. So what are the matching value? This 4 and 5 are present in the both of the set. So 4 and 5 should be our output. If I run it, you can see the intersection of that part is, this matching part is 4 and 5. So if I have to draw it, it will be like, okay, it will be like 1 2 3 4 and 5 will be here, and 6 7 8. So this matching value has 4 and 5, and we can call the intersection method also, print S1 dot intersection, and we'll pass the second set. If we run it, we'll see the same result. 4 and 5 is the matching value from that. Okay, now let's try out the difference method, that is a minus b or b minus a. How we can implement it in set. So difference, we can easily call it using a subtraction operator, print s1 minus s2. So what should be the s1 minus s2? S1 set is 1 2 3 4 5 and S2 set is this. So difference means take all the value from S1 but remove those value which are present in S2 also. So as you can see, we have to take 1 2 3 4 5, but since 4 and 5 are also present in S2, we are going to remove that. So this is like this, a minus b, where we are removing the intersection value from both the set. So if you run it, you will see 1 2 3 as the output. So we can try out the difference with subtraction operator, or even we can call the difference function, print s1 dot difference s2. So if I run it, you will see the same result, 1 2 3. One thing you have to notice, whether you call it S1 union S2 or S2 union S1, that is going to give the same result here. Where you call S1 intersection S2 or S2 intersection S1, that is going to be same result, because this intersection part is for both. But there is a difference between A minus B and B minus A, as you can see from the figure also. A minus B means remove the element from A which are present in B, and B minus A means remove the element from B which are present in A. So if I have to show you, let's try out S2 minus S2 dot difference, and we will pass S1. S2 minus S1 or S2 difference S1 means take out all the value from S2, that is 4 5 6 7 8, but we have to remove those values which are matching. So what are the values matching from A? That is 4 and 5. So once we call it, this will give us the result 6 7 8 or 8 6 7. So we got the result. So this was about difference. There is also thing called as symmetric difference. So symmetric difference means take let me just draw out that figure also. So this was our set A or set B. Symmetric difference means leaving those intersection value. So all the value from A, all the value from B, but don't include the intersection part. So we'll symmetric difference. Okay, so for this we can call out caret operator, print s1 and the caret operator s2. So if you run it, you will see the symmetric difference, that is 4 and 5 has not been included. 4 and 5 are intersection part that is present in both the set. So if we call it print s1 caret s2, that is going to be not printed. Okay, the method for this we can call out is print s1 dot symmetric difference, and we'll call s2. If we run it, we'll get the same result, 1 2 3 6 7 8. So symmetric difference. So we have covered the mathematical operations in Python on set. So let me clear out this screen also. Okay, so we have covered union, intersection, difference and symmetric difference on set. So in the data type series, we have covered string, list, tuples and set. In the next video, I am going to show the differences between list, tuples and set, because that is very much required. So that's it for today's video. If you like the content, if you have any doubt, please write in the comment section, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this.